everybody. It's me, Jennifer Stenhouse from Little Metal Foxes, and it's still Tip Tuesday. That's right. And this week it is the 12 Tools of Christmas. Hi. Hello there. Let me get Julia in here to join me. And yeah, let's see if we can bring her in here. Let's see. All right. Let's see, where is Julia? There she is. Come on in.
Oh, just a minute. There we go.
I can see your books. There you are.
Hi. I know. There's always my books, and then I turn it around, and then it's me. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
So we've got I've got the special list.
I know.
The,
I have my
stocking stuffers.
I have all my stuff.
Oh, I have mine. I have mine laid out too. We're here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. Hold on. I have to turn off the computer.
Here we go. Yeah.
It makes a
So
lot of noise, and then I can't hear myself think.
well, welcome back, everybody. And we also have we've got lots of classes we are just loading on to the schedule now.
No, Helen has been so busy.
She has for the first quarter of the year. So we've got all kinds of stuff coming up. I've got some new workshops with making prongs with the stencils from Lion Punch Forge. I've got a bunch of really cool ones here. Oh, and yeah, there's your chime ball from last week.
No,
so
it turned out so well.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It sounds so lovely.
Well, I know. It's one of the few things that, I'm sorry, people.
I can hear it. Yeah. I can hear it just barely, but I know it like resonates in person. I just was like fascinated with it when I was playing with it. So yeah, it's lovely. So have you been wearing it around all day? Like
I haven't. Actually, you can't really hear it when it's here. I really need to like put it on an earring.
Oh, there you go.
No, I don't know. Maybe that would be, but it feels nice.
Yeah. Well, cool. Anyway. Well, yeah. So we've got a whole bunch of new classes that we're loading up for January, February, March. So if you don't see it on there yet, it'll be there. Give it a minute. So yeah, we're loading those up. We've got sketchbooking or doing like journaling, and that's going to be amazing.
I am super excited about that class. My friend Victoria, who's a photographer, told me about this amazing woman named Kelly Webeck, and I reached out to her, and she's like, "Sure, I'll do a sketchbooking class for jewelers." So she basically kind of redid the sketchbooking class that she'd been doing for photographers to have a focus on jewelry. So because she shows lots of images of artist sketchbooks, and so she wanted it to be relevant to jewelers, to metal workers. Yeah. So I'm super excited about that class.
Me too. And I think the thing that I know scares off a lot of jewelers and craftspeople is they're like, I can't draw. And it's like, it's not about that.
Not about drawing.
It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with finding a way to shorthand your ideas and to collect images and sort of organize your thoughts so you can begin to do some of those design problems.
Not forget the great idea that you have.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Because it's so easy if you're in that, like, I have to be able to draw it perfectly like Michelangelo's face. It's like, forget that. You'll never get it down.
Oh yeah.
Nobody needs to see your sketchbook. It's my sketchbooks are a mess.
Here. I've got like notes sticking out of mine. But yeah, it's like I've got, notes and stuff that I've got stuck in mine.
Labels from and then I don't know, just random things like
Yeah, me doing math, that was exciting. I don't even know. I can
see how that would be something you'd put way in the back of your sketchbook.
That's where it is. But, just for me being able to sort of like jot down some ideas, and just taking some notes about what I want to do. None of it's like, I just like, I'm trying to come up with ideas, like links and things that I kind of like, but none of them are, so this is kind of my sketchbooking. So I've got like, different kinds of things, but none of it's, really sketched out too thoroughly, but it gives me some place that I can go, oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. That I can come back to and go, oh yeah, that's something that I'd like to do.
It's a personal resource for you. Yeah.
Right.
But there are ways to make it
a lot less intimidating.
Make it less intimidating and more useful. you know, and
Yeah,
get more out of it.
totally
And
forgot about
so
that.
that's what Kelly will help you with. So sign up
Right,
for that class.
right.
They're up there. If you don't know, if you're not sure that Kelly's your girl yet, you can take the taster class, because the taster class is a little 2-hour class. It just kind of gives you a general idea of what she does. And then the 4-week class is going to show you, like, you'll do it. You'll have like a little assignments and things, and then you'll have a group to work with. You kind of have accountability buddies and stuff. So the taster's like if you were
Yeah,
just watching to see what it's all about. And then the 4-week class, you would dive in. So,
right, right.
please
Well, and we're
look
also
at
going to
those.
do, we've got stone setting classes coming up.
Mm-hmm.
We've got all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it's going to be good. So I hope you guys will stick
I'll
with us.
do the chime ball again. Somebody said they missed the live chime ball class. I really loved doing this, and
Good.
this was one that I developed fairly recently, and so
Yeah.
and it was well received. So I will definitely run it again next year. I just am not going to run it right away because we just did it. So
Well, and the other thing about the chime ball is that it is, such a great way to. It's a great practice project for sawing, shaping, soldering,
oh my gosh,
creating
yes,
something
right, because it's all about
for
getting
resonance
hemispheres.
and yeah, right.
And you sometimes you need hemispheres for other things. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Some of the tricks for getting the dapping to the point where you want it, like so that you can choose, do I want it to be a lentil shape or do I want it to be a hemisphere? You get to have the skills
Right.
so you can make that choice instead of
Right.
I can only make lentils because I can't make it be half a sphere.
Well, and the other thing that's good to know too is just, in terms of the how sound works, why it resonates, all those things are important too. But the project itself, for those people that have not done a ton of metalsmithing, it
Mm-hmm.
is one of, I think, the best projects outside of like learning how to do rings and things, because it's such a confidence builder, because there's something really magical about the resonance inside that chime ball when you make it, because people, the strangers and your family, will be like, oh, how's it do that? It's one of those things that it's a real good confidence course for
Mm-hmm.
metalsmiths to build those skills and to make you feel like,
It's
okay,
not a beginner. It's not a beginner project though. This is definitely like advanced beginner, intermediate. You know, you have to be
yeah,
able to
yeah,
solder on your own, and it's a little tricky, but you're
it
right.
is.
It's a good one to shoot for.
Yeah, it seriously is a good confidence builder, because once you feel like you've done that, it's like, okay, I get it. I can do stuff. So yeah, that's a really good one. Anywho, you want to talk about our
Was actually in the class, but she wasn't in the she missed the what she said when she missed the live class was that she bought the class, so she's watching the recording, but because she couldn't attend on the
okay.
actual day. So because I don't know who Awesome Girl Designs is in terms of her actual name, which is what would have been on the class list. So yay! I'm glad you were a part of it, and I'm glad you got to watch the video. And any questions, of course,
Absolutely.
just shoot them over to me. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. So as always, yes, absolutely. DM us or email us anytime. We're always, it's
always,
Julie. That's who it is.
ah,
Yeah, be sure to,
Julie, yay!
anytime you have questions or whatever, let us know. Okay. So, the three of us put together our wish list, the Christmas,
The Christmas
like
stocking stuffer list.
stocking stuffers. Yeah,
Right.
stocking stuffers that are all under $15. I think most of them are under 10. Um, but they're great things. So if you need to do like a gift exchange with a bunch of other metalsmiths, and you're like, what's my favorite tool that I could exchange? These are all under $10. So if you're going to a party or something like that where you can exchange gifts with your metalsmith friends, this is a great list to have, because there's a couple of things on here that Julia loves that I don't have, and vice versa.
I
So
know. I'm going to have, there are a couple, yeah, there's at least one of the things on that list that I was like, it's already on my wish list, Rio, as a matter of fact.
oh, okay.
I just put it on there today.
So
Look at
you guys, so you know, we actually loaded this list onto our website, onto the resource page. So if you go to Little Metal Foxes online, you'll see the whole list with the links
with the link
there.
to the specific ones that we like, and it's
absolutely
under student resources, but Helen also pinned it to the homepage. So if you just click, if you just go to the homepage, it'll pop up.
So in the Christmas tradition, we did our 12 days of tools. So ready? Here we go. So number one on the list is the pen vise. And pen vices, love the pen vise for many, many reasons. One, it's a great holding tool. It's versatile. It's inexpensive. This is my scribe, my jump ring maker, my stone setting tool, my burnisher, and everything else. And these are like between $4 and $8. And so these are fantastic. If you don't have one, get one. And if you've got one and your friends don't have one, get them one and stick it in their stocking.
And you notice that ours are a little different. Jennifer really likes the double-ended one. I like the one that has the swivel part because it can go into your hand and I can use it
like a drill.
Like a drill. I can push hard on it. So show them the thing that everybody doesn't know.
So it's hollow. So you can put, I've got usually a pack of needles. This is like just a regular sewing needle. And what I usually do is just drop them inside and you can store stuff in there. But it's got 4 different sized collets.
4 collets, people, on all of them.
So I can put like a larger burnisher needle in there, a smaller needle in there, and I can get all that stuff inside. So when I put it inside the little tube, it's for storage, right? And then I can screw it back together. So I do use this for like as a burnisher. I can put like a nice little tapestry needle in there. And this and a pack of, craft needles from Joanne Fabrics. It's a great Christmas gift for those metalsmiths. Okay, thing number 2.
Even the one that has the palm type has 4 collets, right? Because both ends screw off, people. You don't have to buy.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, no. All pin vices have 4 collets. They have the 2 collets that have 2 ends, because I've had students come and say, "Oh, I bought another pin vise because I needed one that was bigger than this," and I'm like, "No." And then I would show them the magic that is the collets that you can just remove, and they're like, "Oh my God, now I have 2 pin vices that have 4 ends."
I've got them around my studio like ballpoint pens. I've got all kinds of pin vices. So yay!
Oh,
okay.
They're
Thing number 2, sanding sticks. Okay. So,
I don't have these. I have something else.
So the ones this is Helen's contribution, and I totally agree, and I need to get them, are the sanding sticks that have like the little belt, because they're great for like getting into little areas and you just like roll the belt around. I have like these guys, which are like the sponge sanding pads that I like a lot. I mean, aside from, paint stirring sticks with, sandpaper stuck to them. But these guys are great for doing some like interior areas, and you can get them in all kinds of different grits. And, they're great for, when you chip a nail because you've run your
Melons
sandpaper.
are wonderful because you can get right to the tip of something. The ones that I make.
Right.
I make these with a popsicle stick, and but the problem with these is they have tape at the end, and so then you can't like get right up to the tip of something. And the ones she has are these. You'll see if you go to the list and hit the link, it comes to a point, and that makes them a little more usable.
Right.
I would say I do have this as my little bonus sanding thing. This this is a Stettler. It's designed for holding leads, right? So it's designed for holding pencil leads. You push the end in, back up. So you push the end in and it goes in and out. And what this is that I have in it, yes, you have one too. These are the ceramic stones from Guess Wine. And
that's so smart.
You can use these. I can't remember what this one is. I think this one's 800.
Oh, that's really smart. I haven't seen this.
Yeah, because these are they're pretty strong, right? And so I have it pushed all the way in here, and then you can use this to basically,
as a sanding stick.
Yeah, you can rub off like little tiny, and you can get
you
can get the Guess Wine sticks in a bunch of different grits. You can get them in quite coarse,
Right.
So yeah, Jane Binion turned me on to these.
The other thing that you can do is actually get like the sanding, like the emery boards, and use an X-Acto knife and cut them into thin
Into
strips.
little strips, right.
And
The
that's
advantage
another
of
great way
this
to do
is
it.
it just is you can hold on to it really well, and
That's so
it
great. I
yeah.
love that. Love
And
it.
this, yeah, this is the Mars Stetler 780. So 780, this will be backwards. And the thing is the
Not
holder.
under $10.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not under $10. You're right.
No,
This is
no.
outside of the list.
It's a great tip, but it's not
It's
under
a
ten
great tip,
dollars.
but it's not under $10 because the
Yes.
standing stones, the ceramic stones are a little more expensive. But sorry, I didn't have
Yeah.
the standing
But that's a
stick,
good
so I
one.
had to throw in
That's a
my
good one.
thing.
You've got sanding sticks. That's a good solution. Okay. All right. Well, maybe Santa will hear your cries.
My,
Uh,
my
and
whining.
mine, because I don't have those either. I love that. And I've used them before, and Helen loves them. So that's why they're on our 12 tools of Christmas. Number 3 is the 00 Blue Heron tweezers. Now, these are great tweezers, and let me tell you why. They're they're I use them for doing things like forming small wires when big pliers are just too big. I use them a lot for when I'm doing placing small parts and things like for filigree. They're a little bit stouter on the tip and they feel better in your hand. I don't use them so much for soldering, but I use them for a lot of other stuff. And because they're a little stouter on the tip, like I said, you can use them to hold stuff and form stuff. And so I love them. The Blue Heron stuff, they're really good tweezers. And a girl can never have too many tweezers. So love those. So yeah, love those. What are your favorite tweezers? I know you have a pair you won't let me play with.
No, because you're always trying. Well, actually, my favorite tweezers recently are the ones that I've been doing the pearl knotting with. And those
Oh,
are,
right.
they're basically, it's a double A, but then
Right.
you smooth the edges so that they won't cut the thread, the silk thread. So I have them separately,
Right.
kept separate, so I don't use them for anything else because I've burnished and smoothed the edges so that they're not as sharp, because then when I'm pulling against the silk thread, there's no chance they'll cut it. So.
Okay. So other tweezers for that stocking is this little set. And
Oh
this is
yes, that
the
actually
ring
the
soldering
one with
set.
the
This
paddle on it I used for this for the chime ball. That hmm
So this one's great for I'm crushing your head. Crush, crush. This one is great for like holding a ring bezel and holding a ring onto a bezel. So it has a little slide that holds it clamped, like there.
hmm
So this guy's great for that. But it also has this one, which allows you to sit it this way on your solder bench, so it sits level. And this one actually is designed so it holds it from the inside. So this set was like about $12 from Rio.
Oh,
So if you
okay,
want to go a little bit more for a odd bunch of tweezers,
okay.
that's good. But you know what's new that I totally love, and I know you've got a pair too?
I
The
know.
tie
Oh my God, that's
tweezers,
so beautiful.
the tie tweezers from Lion Punch Forge.
I know.
Hi, hey Karen.
This came in the
So
mail, and I was just like, oh, they're so
blown away.
beautiful. I wish I
It's in
had
the
hair
little
that was
velvet
long enough that I
bag.
could use them as a hair ornament because they're
I
so
know.
pretty.
I tried it because they're just so beautiful. I wanted to wear them, but they
No,
are
I mean, look,
the anodized titanium, so you can
mine's
kind of
purple
see
and
the thing.
blue.
I've got two different tips on these. This pair has like a little notch here, and one for small gauge wire at the tip, and then it's got a slide that locks them together. And these are great because you can hold them.
They
They don't
don't
transfer
transfer
heat
heat.
very well. So you
Yeah.
can actually stick these in the pickle because they don't do anything in the pickle. You can
I wouldn't do
do all
that.
kinds of stuff with them. I love them.
If they're touching the silver, they will have slightly. So I do know that because from personal experience, that if the titanium is touching the silver in the pickle, it will cause
Yeah.
the same plating,
Oh, I
silver,
haven't had
copper
that.
plating, right?
I haven't had that. Look at those. Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah.
So this is a little more expensive stocking stuffer,
Yeah.
but if you are doing your own wish list and you're like, hey Santa, this is what I need. Lion Punch Forge, yes. get these guys because these are just beautiful. They're all laser cut out, and they also have like the hex key at the top. I don't know if you noticed. It's got like a little,
you're right,
little wrench at the top. So love these. These also act as a little stand, so it's a lock and a stand. But these are exquisite, and they come in a little velvet pouch that I love. So for tweezers for your stocking, there you go. Those are your options. Okay, next on the list. Next up, this is indispensable. Love this. 6-inch metal ruler. Metal. No cork, not wood, not plastic, and not weird things attached to it. Because this gives you...
This comes off. This comes off, and it's a depth gauge.
Okay.
So it can slip on like this. And so then if you want to measure how deep something is,
right,
like you're like here and you're like, how deep is that?
Okay.
You can measure the depth of something. That's the advantage of this. But, and it also will clip onto your pocket if you have a pocket protector there, peeps.
On your apron. You can clip it on your apron.
But it comes off, so you don't have to have it on there.
So one of the things that's really important about the metal rulers in the studio is that plastic melts and metal, it won't burn, so it won't catch on fire if you leave it too close to your solder station. But the thing that is best about these is it gives you a true straight edge. So when you're trying to mark a straight line, it's not ever going to waver. Plastic ones and wooden ones will have a tendency to sort of dent over time.
Right.
If they've got cork on the back, they have a tendency to sort of waver a little bit if they've got cork on them. So I always go with just a flat, straight, good metal ruler. This one measures from the end, and we do have it on our linked as well on the
when she says this one measures from the end, I don't know if you guys can see because it's a little too far away, but there's no blank area on the outside of the zero, right? It just starts right at zero. And that actually is something really important for me because I want to be able to like hold something up against this and measure the length as opposed to guess because it has that little bit on the end that's extra.
Right.
I have another ruler that's like that. Anyway, I hate those.
And it makes a really nice T-square as well if you need that.
Right.
But
nice square
metal ruler. If you don't have a 6-ounce, this is $3 from Rio. Get one in your stocking or get one for a friend's stocking. Okay. Number 5 on our list is your contribution here. Tell me about your carbide scribe.
Oh my God, I love this thing. And it's actually not very expensive. I think it's like $8 or $9. Kirk Lang turned me on to this. He is a premier stone setter from the region. I mean, give it up for Kirk. He's really good. And so this is a carbide scribe and it comes with 2 tips so you can switch it out. So this is 1 tip. And I like this one because it's a little bit pointier. It's hard to see. Whoops.
Right.
So that's sharp. One. They're very, and because it's carbide, it doesn't wear down. So it's very sharp and it stays that way because it's really flipping hard. And then on the other end, you can take the back end off and it has a little container inside and it has the 2nd tip. Let me get out the first one actually.
That's awesome. And that's
so the 2 tips you can
all
see.
Of these tools, you guys, once again, all of these tools, you guys, are linked to their websites and parts wherever we found them on our website. So if you go to littlemetalfoxes.com to our website,
it's on the homepage.
Find the homepage, student resources. You'll see the list of 12 tools for Christmas.
Right. So yeah, I love that the point is pretty sharp because then I can get in close to things because a lot of scribes are a bit fat at the tip and this one is really fine at the tip. And so you can really get in. I'm sorry, you can't really see.
Yeah, but it's super accurate is the point.
Yeah, right? And it's super sharp and it's going to stay sharp. Which I love that. So yes, Kirk Lang, thank you for and I like that it's fat enough that I can hold on to it. It's a different color from every other thing on my bench, which makes it easy to find. Just like, it's the blue one. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, shout out to Kirk because that's, absolutely. Okay, so number 6 on the list of favorite things. Brass tweezers. These are like $1. They're not expensive. And you know what's great about these? You can stick them in the pickle.
Come in the pickle.
Oh my God. So
Yeah.
for those of you that are unaware, my pickle over here, I'll show you, has like it warms, but on the inside I have a smaller jar that has the actual pickle in it. So I actually keep a plastic lid on that so it won't corrode. Water in here, so it sort of acts as like a double boiler and warms it. But I always have my brass tweezers here so I can pick up small parts out of the pickle. What?
The other big advantage to these, they never get magnetized. So one of the things that will happen with your steel tools is they will often get a little bit of a charge and they will start picking up, you know, anything that's steel.
Filings. Yeah.
Filings, which, you know, if they're picking up filings, giant pain in the butt.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah. But these
so yeah, but yeah, when you're ordering those Blue Heron,
yeah, get yourself some brass ones. Exactly.
Get a pair of those too. Yeah, back to tweezers.
Get a pair of those too.
Okay.
Really, a girl can never have too many tweezers.
Exactly right. One of the other things that I love, and this is a shout out to Big Red and Olight, because Big Red's the one that introduced me to these. But this was, Helen and I were talking about this, is a rechargeable flashlight. So this is my zombie.
I have a regular flashlight, but a rechargeable one is an excellent idea because when you need it, the batteries are always out.
This one has a rechargeable, it comes with the Olight battery in it, and this actually plugs in and is rechargeable. So I love it for that. But Olight is a really good quality light. It's extremely bright, and this one's got two settings, but this is the zombie one that I got from Big Red.
Big Red. Oh, nice. Okay, and then now you need to tell us why you need a flashlight on your bench.
So, why do we need a flashlight on our bench? Because we drop shit. And when you drop stuff on the floor and you can't find it and you have swept everything and you can't see it, if you get a laser light or a flashlight and you run it parallel to the floor, you'll see it flicker if you dropped a stone. So this is like not pointing down at the floor, but actually get it like parallel with the floor and scan that way. A laser or a really strong, good flashlight like this one will flash that stone, so you'll can see it.
So even if you're not down on your knees with your eye at the same level as the floor, which is usually
because you can't. Yeah, you can't get there. So if your stone's on the floor in any direction and you're looking down on it, you may not see it. But if that light's on the floor, it'll directly like bounce that light straight up so you can see it. So get your pen light or your flashlight or a laser on the floor. But I highly recommend the Olights. They're fantastic. This is my everyday carry, and I've got it all the time. My EDC flashlight. But it's
never get a flashlight.
Seriously, my other one, and I'll show you. My other one I have attached all the time to the dog leash. It's like with the poop bag on the dog leash, because right now it gets dark here at like 4:30. So this is like my poop patrol after dark.
Okay. Overshare. Yeah.
Right. So but I love having that, and I always have one in the studio. I've got one just on the bench, but like a laser pen light is great, and we have. So we have a link to a little laser light on there too that Helen likes, but definitely like the Olight. So yeah, thanks again to Big Red. Okay, what else we got? Oh, number 8, your X-Acto knife.
I learned about this in a workshop with Edna Madera. She's a jeweler who does really, really beautiful. It's like a type of kombu, but it's using a gold foil that she makes herself. She like rolls it down. And so she uses this X-Acto knife to cut and to position it. And the thing she loves about this is that you can get it with a couple of different size blades, and the blade has more, it's more slanted than a knife. Here, let me show you. The regular you can see the contrast. So it has a sharper tip, right? It's all about the sharper tips with me, you know? So here's the yellow regular one, and you can see that this other one is narrower and it's slanted more. It has
Right.
a steeper thing. But what I love about this tool is the knife fits in this end, and then when you're not using it, you can screw it in here, and this is blunt. So you can't cut yourself, right? Because this one, I have to not lose the plastic lid. And
Those
that
are so worthless.
it's just,
What
I mean, it's just an
what
accident waiting
engineer?
to happen.
That is
So
like an
this one is way
engineering
better. And
fail
then
of huge magnitude. I know so many people that have gotten injured because the plastic cap fell off or got lost.
the other end of this one, so one end is the X-Acto knife, and the other end is like a pin, like a pin burnisher, you know, or a
Oh,
sharp point, right? So you can
nice.
actually use it as a scribe. So it's a
Nice.
steel point. So
Yeah.
it's a really well designed tool. If you look at it, look for it on Amazon under X-Acto knives, you won't find it because it's called like the NT cutter or something. It's a Japanese. Of course it is beautifully machined, and it feels good. Like this is kind of a frosted feel to it, so it feels really good in the hand. But it's safe, right? Like no
Right.
pointy bits in
Yeah.
my hand. And this is like not $10. I think this was like $9 or $10. So the link
See,
on our website is to this
another
exact
great
thing on
tool.
Amazon, because you won't
Another great
find it
tool
if
for
you
the
just search
stocking.
for X-Acto knife, right?
Yeah. Right. And okay, so we're
Love
number
it.
9
Thank you, Edna
is
Madera, for turning me on to these.
yeah. Who was it?
Edna Madera. She does it's work that looks, she layers the gold, so it actually has a slight dimensionality to it. It's
Ooh,
really,
cool.
really beautiful. Yeah.
So
Oh
number
yeah.
9,
Oh yeah.
the
I have
Joyce
like
Chin
5
shears.
pairs of these.
Yeah, Joyce Chin shears. And tell us what's great about Joyce Chin shears, Julia.
Okay, well, aside from the fact that they have a lifetime warranty, which I have actually exercised, I had a pair that the rivet loosened up on here, and I called them. It's not easy, but I called them, and I'm like, hey, I want to exercise my lifetime warranty, and they're like, sure. And then I had to mail it back to them, and I had to pay for the
Right.
postage to mail it to them. But they sent me a new pair. They'll either repair it or they'll replace it. So I love the big handles. You can really
Mm-hmm.
get your hands in there. You can get a good grip on them. I love actually that the blades are short, because that means you have really good leverage on these rather than long, thin ones. These are
Yeah.
designed as kitchen shears, so they're designed to like cut through, you know,
Tin
chicken
cans.
legs and tin cans and things. I cut metal up to 20 gauge with these, right?
Oh,
And
I've
22
got heavier
gauge,
metal than that. But
22 gauge, no problem.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely. And I actually the blades don't have any variance to them. They come together really
they
cleanly.
come together really
Um,
cleanly.
and a
And
lot
they're
of
a
times you'll
smooth cut.
see
It's not,
them. Yeah,
sorry.
a lot of times you see shears that have like a little bit of a curve to them, and these meet beautifully well,
Yeah,
which means that they'll cut an edge without distorting it too
right,
badly, and it's not serrated. So a
right,
lot of times that
right.
serrated edge will leave like a little bitey edge on there.
Mm-mm. No,
So
these
they
are
are,
smooth.
yeah,
I
they're
love them.
great for
Even
every fire.
for my solder, you know, it's like to cut up, like to snip
Hmm.
eyelash. You know, if you're using sheet solder and you're cutting little fringe and then cutting across it, I love these for that. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
there are other scissors that work for this, but these are the ones. I mean,
yeah,
I have them close to me
yeah,
on my bench, and I love that the handles are
absolutely.
really big. You can get good, you know, you can use more than one finger to close them, as opposed
Right,
to like the little scissors. You can only
right.
get, you know, 2 fingers in.
Well, Julie's question is, why are the yellow cheaper than the red or blue? She wonders.
I have no idea. And it isn't always the yellow ones. Sometimes the red ones are cheaper. Sometimes the white ones are cheaper. I think it's the vagaries of the algorithm that is Amazon. So, you know, as long
Yeah,
as it says Joyce Chen
right.
on here, the color of the handle is immaterial to the quality of the tool. And as long as it says, like, you know, universal, I think it's like universal kitchen snips or something is the name. And
Yeah,
as long as it says lifetime warranty, you're good. So yeah, these
right,
are,
right.
I don't even remember where I learned about these, but I've had them
Oh
in
my
my
God.
studio for so
It's
many
funny
years.
because it's one of those things in metalsmithing that it's like, oh yeah, of course I have shears. And just, yeah, it's like all these people I know, they're like, oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course you
But
have
they're
them.
not super expensive. These are actually not 10. These are more like $18. $18 to $21 is what you'll pay for them online.
Yeah,
But they're worth it.
they
Spend
are.
an extra few dollars for that stocking stuffer. The person you give them to
Absolutely.
will be happy.
Absolutely. Well, and the other one is next on our list is Flitz polishing compound.
Which is also, I don't have any of that, but I need to get some.
What?
I
So,
know. Do you believe it? After
let me tell
you've been like singing the praises of Flitz ever since you got some, and we're like,
I
oh.
have, no, I've always had Flitz in the studio. Always. I did not know about the other things, which I'll tell you about in a second.
That was it.
But Flitz, actually, we have a discount if you go to our resource page. Flitz is fantastic. They love us and gave our people a discount. So if you go to our website, you'll see that we have not only discounts for things like Flitz, but also for like Lion Punch Forge and a bunch of other companies.
Yeah.
So we love them.
Yes.
So,
you could get 10, I think it's 10% off.
Yeah.
The Lion Punch Forge.
Yep. So Flitz, you can usually pick this up at the hardware store, online, wherever. And it's for metal, plastics, and fiberglass. And it is it's basically like a kind of like a toothpaste kind of thickness. I usually will use it on like a leather cloth or a chamois cloth for polishing light stuff, but I can apply it to cotton buds. I can apply it to cotton polishing things for the flex shaft. So, and this does such a beautiful job of bringing it to a high finish, but it also is corrosion protection. So I can use this on the hammers, I can use it on my burnisher, which is really important, and make sure that my tools are rust free. So I can use it on my tools and on my jewelry, and it does a great job. So, but
you can clean your tools and then leave a little sheen of it, and it will protect your tools. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you just polish it off and it'll protect them.
Okay.
But what, again, Big Red EDC introduced me to some of the other parts.
Big Red EDC.
Big Red, man. I love Jody. So, Flitz is, he was doing an experiment on steel with Flitz, looking at a bunch of other companies to see who had the best rust protection at random. And so there's also a tactical matte finish cleaner, and there's the extreme gun and knife and bow protectant ceramic sealant. So these are fantastic. These are so much better than something like WD-40, which is
you should never put WD-40 on your tools. Right. WD-40 actually is hygroscopic. It will actually draw water to your tools because it's the purpose of WD-40 is to loosen stuck nuts. It's not to protect anything. So please keep the WD-40 out of your studio.
It's not great for everything, but the Flitz stuff is actually better for this. In fact, I use this for my rolling mill as well.
Oh,
and
nice.
I use the ceramic sealant after I clean this, and the ceramic sealant gives it a perfectly it gives it a sealant that is flawless. I don't even know how else to explain
now
it.
I really have to have some for my rolling.
Yeah.
I use oil on my rollers, and then I have to clean the oil off every time when I use it.
This is like, it's not even like, it's not oily, it's not oily or greasy, and it's a ceramic coating. And it's usually used on things like guns and knives and weaponry and things like that you want to stay sharp and clean, resist fingerprints, and are things that you want to stay really nice. And so this stuff is really good. So I ordered this little set from Flitz with the matte finish, the sealant, and the compound, the polishing compound, and it comes with a great big microfiber polishing cloth too. So I was like, woohoo! And the whole set was about $18-20, somewhere in that range. But this is like a lifetime supply of Flitz in a jewelry studio. So, but
okay, well, I'll have to get
like I said, we have a discount for that if you go to the website. But even if you just go to the hardware store and get some flits, seriously, this stuff is so multi-purpose in your jewelry studio. You'll be like, oh,
How did I ever live without it?
why don't I have flits? Yeah. So anyway,
Where
flits.
have you been all my life, Flits?
Right. And so anyway, all right. So next up, yeah, I was introduced to flits at when I was in grad school. Yeah, it's been around for a long time. It's good stuff.
I knew
All
about
right.
it. I just didn't.
And
Yeah.
they have like a jewelry polishing stuff that they do as well. So it's, if you go to their website, you'll see all of it. But they do all kinds of tactical stuff as well as, you know, all kinds of metal finishing. So it's really kind of cool. All right. So next up, adhesive back metal measuring tapes.
This is the one that I am like, okay, because what I did was I just took a ruler and then I just marked with a Sharpie marker on the edge of my bench, and of course I have to keep doing that periodically because it rubs off.
Yeah.
So instead,
well, I did, my tool tip last week was on the adhesive back ruler, and it's a metal adhesive back that you can get from Rio. They have like that and the metal ruler.
A few dollars.
Side by side. Yeah, they're only a few bucks. It's like, what, $5 or something.
Something like that. Some ridiculously small amount of money.
But the thing is that it's adhesive to the bench and it's flat to the bench. So it keeps things like beads and wire from rolling off your workbench, which I love. And I use it all the time when I'm measuring wires, because a lot of times I have to cut the same length that are a little too long for some of the other stuff that I do. So I can lay it down and mark it and measure it, you know, with my Sharpie every time in the same space. And it's just perfect for measuring that out. It's great for measuring chain. It's because you can slide the chain right up against that little thin metal edge, and it keeps the chain nice and straight while you measure it and cut it. So
how long is it?
You can get them in different lengths. If you go to Amazon, they have them up to 60 inches, I think. But the one that I use is about, I think it's 36 or 40 inches.
Yeah, a 3-foot would be about perfect. That's about the space I have.
Yeah, right. So for most people it is. And I believe you could cut it if it's too long. But, you know, I think the one on Rio is 36 inches, maybe? Yeah. But, I mean, if you're not cutting chain or anything longer than, 24 inches, use that. But yeah, mine runs the entire length of my table at work, so I think it may be 48 inches, I think. But yeah, that seriously is one of my favorite things, and yeah, love that in the studio. Okay, and tool tip number 12, last but not least, stocking stuffer everybody needs: ultrafine retractable Sharpies. So. Okay.
Yeah, even have red and green for the season.
Right. So, but retractable Sharpies, they don't dry out.
You can just push it against. If you only have one hand, you can get it. And again, no lid to lose.
You don't lose the lid.
You don't lose the lid.
So here's all right. Let me give you my tool tip on Sharpies. I think I've told you about this before, but I love the ultrafine marker. Right. So if you have a Sharpie in the studio, it is great. Because it, first of all, it's like boink and retracts. This is the ultra fine. We've just blown Kathleen's mind, by the way.
Yeah, it's all about the ultra fine, but the retractable ultra fine.
This is one of the best marking tools in the jewelry studio. The other thing that's great about Sharpies in the studio is that if you've got something like fine silver, you're not quite sure when your metal's annealed, you can actually do a cheat with black Sharpie. It doesn't work with other colors, but the carbon in the black Sharpie burns off at almost just below the temperature that your metal anneals at. So you can kind of color like fine silver or your sterling with it, and you can see when that burns off, you know that you're just about annealed.
Your metal is annealed. I mean, by the time you've seen that it's burned off, the extra second that you've had the heat on the metal is probably enough to get it to annealing temperature. Because it's really easy to overheat silver. It's a lot harder to underheat it. And so it's, knowing when to stop is actually
no more dried out Sharpies. That's right, TJ. And Kathleen, you need to talk to Santa. Tell them to go to Office Max and pick up a pack of these because you'll never run out. My other tip for Sharpies real quick is that if someone who will remain nameless keeps trying to steal your black Sharpies, get a yellow lid, because nobody ever wants a yellow or an orange or something like that, and put it on your black Sharpie. And no one will ever steal your black Sharpie again. So, anyway. But,
are you talking about me? You had that trick at Pratt.
No, I did do that at Pratt because somebody kept stealing the black Sharpies. So yeah, I did swap them at Pratt just so I would always be able to find
yellow Sharpie in here.
No one ever used that yellow Sharpie, and I could always pull it out and work with it, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's black," and I'm like, "Shh." So yeah, but that's right. Ultra fine, retractable black Sharpie. Tell Santa that's what you need in your stocking. Okay.
With colors.
That's right. So the other thing to tell Santa that you need in your stocking, or you might want to shove in somebody's stocking, AA batteries and solder picks.
Gift card from Little Metal Foxes. You can always use a gift card from Little Metal Foxes.
That's true. And a gift card from Little Metal Foxes. That's it. So that is our 12 tools of Christmas. I hope that's helpful for you guys and gives you some ideas if you're exchanging gifts or need something under a few bucks, or if you need to like make a list for Santa, there you go. So, and again, go to our website. On the homepage, it'll take you to the link on our resources page.
Actually, I think it's up on the homepage. I think.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
It's on the website. You'll be able to find it easily. So if you need the links to any of these tools or curious about any of them, want to do a little more research, all of our favorites are linked directly. But you can, look on Amazon and, check it out if you need something a little bit different, but it's a good place to start, right? All right. And happy holidays to everybody this month. A happy life, joy, cheers to everybody, and enjoy. So we've got a whole new year coming. We're very excited. And
Sterling Moon Design says I missed the first 10.
Yes. I'll put the video up immediately so you guys will be able to see the first 10. And like all of our other tooltips, you can see all of them. I think there's 90 tooltips now. So you can see them here on Instagram. And after the first of the year, we're going to be doing our tooltips live on YouTube. So we're going to have our YouTube channel, but all of our tooltips are available on YouTube, along with all of our additional bonus content. So if you guys go over to our YouTube channel, you'll be able to see all of our videos there that are public, which include playing with fire, which we sort of do experimenting. If we're doing, whatever, all of our videos are there. And so you can see a lot of that and check out the tooltips that we've done in the past over the last 2 years. And but yeah, watch us on YouTube starting after January 1st. So we'll be YouTube live and streaming content. So yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yay. All right. Julia, I will see you later. And happy birthday again. Belated. Happy birthday. To those of you that know us, you know that we like to celebrate that stuff as long as we possibly can.
Yeah, as long as you can. Just throw that out. Get as much mileage out of that as you can. Absolutely.
That's right. So happy birthday again. And happy holidays, everybody. Have a wonderful season. And for those of you that are making stuff and selling stuff, good luck. Don't overdo it. That would be my advice. Do what you can. Spend time with the people you'll love and enjoy what you're doing. And have a good time. Just enjoy it. Life's too short not to enjoy what you do. So, and there you go. All right. So enjoy the season. All right.
And we look forward to seeing you in the new year.
Yeah, absolutely. See you guys later. Bye.